Hello everyone, welcome to Eduline. Before we begin, I would request you to subscribe the channel, to like and share the video among your friends as much as possible. So today the topic we are going to discuss here is a very essential topic in English grammar, that is phrases. Phrases in English grammar form an important topic and important items. Now, before we go into with the conditions and the properties of phrases, I would just like to tell you about three sentences. So let's take as an example three sentences. Number one, he went into the kitchen. Number two, she sews with this needle. And number three, they did it in a correct way. Now look at the sets of words in these three examples. In the first sentence, he went into the kitchen. That part, into the kitchen portion. In the second, she sews with this needle. The portion, with this needle, this part. And in the third example, we have they did it in a correct way. In a correct way. These three sets of words. First is went into the kitchen. Number two, we have that is with this needle, and number three, we have in a correct way. These three sets of words, just look at here, these three sets of words, they are definitely groups of words, but in these sets of words actually we do not have any particular subject or predicate. For example, in these three sets of sentences, into the kitchen, with this needle, in a correct way, these sets of sentences, they do not have a subject or even a predicate. In the same time, these three sets of sentences, they do not have even a finite verb. Again, these three sets of sentences, they are only used as a part of a sentences. All the three sets of words, all the three groups of words, that is into the kitchen, with this needle, and in a correct way. These three groups of words, they are actually being used as parts of sentences, and they do have a partial sense but do not have a complete sense. So they are helping the entire sentence, they are helping the entire sentence to clarify its meaning or to complete its meaning. So these groups of words or these sets of words are generally termed as phrase. Now what are the criterions actually we have got? Number one, phrase. So that what is the definition of a phrase? A phrase is generally a groups of words which doesn't have a subject and a predicate of its own, and again it doesn't have a finite verb. So once again, a phrase is a group of words which doesn't have a subject and a predicate of its own, and it also doesn't have a finite verb, and it functions as a part of a sentence that do not have a complete sense. Now from the definition we will try to deduct the conditions of a phrase or the characteristics of a phrase. Number one, definitely a phrase is a group of words. Number two, a phrase doesn't have a subject or a predicate of its own. Number three, a phrase doesn't have a finite verb. Number four, it has only a partial sentence. It has only a partial sense, and it doesn't have a complete meaning. And number five, then a fifth condition of a phrase is that a phrase is generally used as a part of the sentence, and it helps the sentence to clear its meaning. So in that sense, phrases, they are actually used in a sentence to make the sentence meaningful, but phrases do not have any specific meaning of their own. So in this way, in all the three sentences we had taken previously, he went into the kitchen, she sews with this needle, or they did it in a correct way. In all the three sentences, the highlighted part, into the kitchen with this needle and in a correct way, they are termed as phrases because they conform to all the criteria of a phrase in English grammar. So hope this portion or the preliminary of a phrase is clear to you, and I'm hoping that will be actually helpful to you. So stay with us. Once again, I'm telling, for getting such more amusing and interesting videos, keep the channel subscribed and obviously like and share the videos. Thank you.